Hey everybody, it's Master Galengeist here, bringing you my review for Doctor Strange issue 19. And this was a pretty big issue. Now, granted, the stakes were pretty small in what was going on, but we got a pretty big kind of payoff for what was going on in this story. So, we start off and we see that this mother and her son are driving during a stormy night, and it's in an area that really doesn't have good GPS coverage. And she's like, "Ah, well, we'll get that back soon enough." And then sees someone in the road and crashes, and it's like, "Holy crap!" And this person looks kind of spectral, so it's like, "Okay, this is how Doctor Strange is going to come into effect." And we see that she gets out of the car, and well, she's dragged out of the car by the spirit, and Doctor Strange shows up and tries to use a banishment spell on him, but it doesn't work. And exiling spell, he's like, "What? Oh crap! She had someone else in the car." And they find the kid, and Doctor Strange is like examining him, and he's got this intercerebral hemorrhage going on, and he's like, I don't know what to do. He's trying to think of all the ways that he can try and help this child, and he's like, "I can't do anything." And she's like, "You're a doctor, you have to do something. Who wouldn't? What kind of doctor can't help a child?" And he's like, he doesn't have the time and the ability to move this kid in order to save his life. So he's thinking through all these scenarios. He can't get a gifted enough surgeon to get there in time. He's like, "All right, let's see what I can do." And he astral projects himself and goes to this being, Chinook, uh, uh, or Chenock, and he's got this library of horrendous tomes that usually will curse you with anything that you try to attempt to do. He's Doctor Strange is explaining this about how made by beings that even starlight wouldn't dare touch, bound in skin of demons that dared to dream to be angels. It's like, holy crap, the imagery that is used and the wording of how it is just like, yeah, this is some pretty bad stuff. And he's like, all right, I need a spell of like divine restoration. He's like, oh, no one has asked for that one in a while, and brings up this book of even odds and says that, okay, yeah, it could give you your hands back, or it could sever your bond with magic permanently. We'll just have to see how that goes for you. He memorizes the spell, goes back, and recites it, and his hands disappear. He's like, no, 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 this is like even a worst case scenario. But that's not the end of it. We see that his hands start to regrow, and he has his hands back, and he starts to operate on the boy. However, the spectral entity is not done with them yet. He's getting into it. He's using his magic to anesthetize the region, do the x-ray to see where the hemorrhage is, and is doing everything surgically. But we see that the spirit's back, and we're like, yeah, somebody killed me in like '06. I don't care now. I want to do a little fun. He's killed like 14 people already. And Stranger's like, well, he's got unfinished business. We have to kind of figure out what's going on with that. And he's like, okay, I don't need the Eye of Agamotto as much as I need it to be used elsewhere. And he talks to the mother, Tanya, and has her use the Eye of Agamotto, and it shows him how she's feeling and everything that he's done. Very similar to a penance stare. I don't mind that it kind of has the same kind of effect, but it is different than the penance stare. It doesn't like make the person catatonic or anything, or like take them out completely and consumed in hellfire. It just gives him the empathy to empathize with the victims that he had, and he says, "I'm sorry," and then he disappears, and it's like, holy crap, that was a pretty tense standoff, because he was like tossing stuff at him, and he kind of had to use the cape to kind of save them from getting impaled with everything. And eventually an ambulance shows up, and the kid's going to be all right. He says he's going to look at it personally, look into it personally. He's like, you know what, I'm healed. And that's a big thing for Strange. He talks about how surgery used to make him feel, but he's like, he's missed this, and he can't wait to like continue on and see what else he can do. It's like, well, this is a pretty big like shakeup, at least at the moment. Now, granted, there probably will be a point where his hands will become useless for surgeries again, but I'm interested to see how this will kind of affect him and his way with magic going forward, story arc wise, and Of course, magic always has a cost. He made out very well, so what is that other shoe that's going to drop? That's the interesting part that I'm looking forward to as we end out this being called Doctor Strange, and then we'll eventually in December get it like the Surgeon Supreme. So I'm glad that they're not getting rid of Doctor Strange. They're just doing a rebrand to kind of reflect the new status quo. So I can't wait to see what happens in the next issue. So those are my opinions on the issue. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me. Also like and subscribe, and I hope you have a good day.